thank you 1,000 times. Or as I reach towards 5,000 subscribers, I should say thank you 5,000 times. 2020 has been a difficult year for all of us, but you definitely helped making mine a little bit brighter. As we start this new year, I want to take some time to present myself and share my creative journey. You will see that the first pictures and videos I took were, well, let's just say it, pretty bad. I hope by sharing my journey, you're going to be able to see how I progressed over the years. Most of the times we see what creators have become, not where they started. I will also share at the end of this video the reasons why I started my YouTube channel and what to expect for the next year. I'm Bellemare-Alford. I'm 24 years old and doing my last semester of my bachelor's degree in software engineering. As you will see, I had a passion for photography and filmmaking since I can remember. I got a lot of questions about where I live, so here's the answer. I live in the city of Montreal, which is located in Quebec, Canada. I love the outdoors, and this is the reasons why I'll film these videos outside, even if this means that I'm going to freeze my hands to make this video. Over the years, I started playing with the cameras we had around the house. In 2008, I received my first camera. It was a 6 megapixel digital camera. The first pictures I took with this camera were, well, let's just say it, terrible. They were completely blurry and unusable. What is super funny looking back is that you see a series of pictures where I'm looking at the screen wondering what is happening with the pictures. A few minutes later, voila, I found the solution. It was the camera was on the macro mode, even though I didn't know what was macro at the time. Almost 2 years later, in 2009, after making countless researches and saving all my money, I decided to buy a new camera, the Sony DSC-T90. It was a 12 megapixel camera with a touchscreen in the back, which was super rare at the time. Like most people, I started by taking a few selfies and way too many pictures of flowers. To my pleasant surprise, some of the pictures of flowers still look pretty good to this day. 2009 was also the year of our first big road trip with my family. We left Montreal to go up to the Rockies. This is where I discovered my passion for photography. I took over 2,000 pictures during that trip and got some pretty good ones. But to be honest, I think it was more luck than anything else because I didn't know anything about photography at that time. I had one big problem with my new camera. It could film 720p footage, but SD cards and hard drives were super expensive at that time. I decided to stick with my family camera, which would film on mini DV tapes. Do people even remember tape cameras? It was super cheap to buy new tapes and easy to use. One thing you need to understand is that using a bad camera that had terrible image quality never stopped me from curating content, and neither should it stop you. After making more and more videos and taking a few thousand shots, I decided it was time to upgrade my camera. We are now in 2011. I was taking filmmaking more seriously, and the tools I had right now were not allowing me to achieve what I wanted to. I decided to go with the Canon T2i. To this date, I think the Canon T2i is one of the best cameras Canon ever created. Sarah Dici and Filmmaker both used this camera at their beginnings. It had one big problem: it didn't have autofocus in video. This never stopped me from filming stuff with it. The next few years were all about learning the most I could. I would take any occasion I could with family, friends, or school to take pictures or film some videos. I think the best example of this is when my little sister started taking cross-country ski lessons. My dad was an assistant ski instructor, my little sister had her classes, and I had 3 hours to kill every Saturday. Nobody asked me to do it, and nobody paid me to do it either. But I loved the experience because I learned so much. During the 4 years, you can clearly see me continuously improving every single time. I learned how camera settings affect the pictures, how to get better composition, and how to edit the shots. I also used this occasion to film a few videos where I learned so much. I applied the same idea with some school projects. Instead of doing a presentation of a class, I would ask my teachers if I could make a video. Most of the time they accepted. I would always push myself even more by using techniques like green screen or other editing techniques to make the videos more entertaining. The thing you need to understand is that if you want to become better at an art form, you actually need to practice it in the real world. In 2012, we did our second family road trip, this time on the Canadian East Coast. Equipped with my new DSLR, I was convinced I would only get amazing shots. I remember coming back from that trip and being very disappointed by the pictures I got. They looked nothing like the ones I got online, even though I got a few pretty good ones. That's the moment where I realized I would have to put a lot more work inside of my photography if I really wanted to step it up. And that's exactly what I did. Now let's fast forward to 2016. That's about the time where I started making short films with my friend Brandon. It was an instant learning experience being able to share ideas and collaborate with somebody else. I think it's important to realize how much somebody else can help you grow. Although these projects were great, it wasn't a time in my life where I was the most creative. I would still take pictures for my school association, but I would rarely go out and take some pictures or videos for myself. The reason was that I had a startup, so between the startup, work, and school, I didn't really have any time for my creative activities. In 2017, things started to change. When I was invited to go to Vancouver in November, I decided it was finally time to make my first vlog. I was a huge fan of Casey Neistat, and he really inspired me to make my own videos. I filmed a bunch of footage during the 3 days being there, but I never made a video because the footage was just too random to tell a story. Earlier that year, I took the plane for the first time to go on a ski trip in the French Alps. This trip really reminded me how much I enjoyed taking pictures. In 2019, I left my hometown of Montreal to go to Vancouver for 8 months. A few weeks before leaving, I decided to buy the DJI Osmo Pocket because I wanted to take my YouTube channel more seriously. I wanted a small camera that would allow me to capture my adventures and document my time over there. I ended up only publishing 5 videos during my time there, even though I filmed 10 full videos. Some of them didn't have enough footage, and some of them I just didn't have the time to edit them. But I also took 10,000 pictures, and this is the time where I decided to start pushing my edits to make the pictures look unique, not just good. Starting 2020, I knew I wanted to make more videos. I decided to set myself 2 goals, which were to publish 12 videos and also grow my subscribing from 50 to 250 subscribers. From January to August, I only managed to publish 5 videos. So at the end of August, I decided to set myself some deadlines and also plan the videos in advance. This is crazy how much it helped me stay on track. I had a problem where when editing the video, I would go down a rabbit hole to try and make the video as perfect as possible, but I really see better results even if I pass twice as much time on the edit. These deadlines allowed me to publish videos every 2 weeks in September and October. I was super happy in the beginning of October because I finally reached my objective of 250 subscribers and I had 11 videos already published. Little did I know that the algorithm would pick up some of my videos and that only a few weeks later, I would become a YouTube partner. This is the moment where I decided to double down and start publishing videos every single week. Now let's talk about my plans for 2020. I think it's important you understand why I wanted to start this channel before understanding my plans for 2020. The first reason is to improve my English. As I'm working more and more in English, making this video is a great way of listening to myself and realizing the errors I make when I speak. The second reason is to document my journey. Over the years, I'm less and less inside of my family photos or photos of my friends because I'm the one always taking the pictures. So by making these videos, I'm able to be in front of the camera and document my journey. The third and last reason is to become better at photography and filmmaking. By making these videos, I always have to push myself to become better at photography, and I also push myself in every single video I make to try and make something different. What should you expect from my channel in 2021? I'm going to continue talking about photography, mobile devices, and gear reviews. One thing that's going to change is I'm going to start talking a little bit more about my journey so you can grow at the same time I am growing. I would also love to know what you want to see in my channel in 2021, but just please keep in mind, I just started this channel and I don't have the budget yet to buy multiple phones or a lot of gear to do reviews. I want to end by saying this. If you're starting photography or filmmaking in 2021, you're super lucky. Most smartphones take incredible pictures and very good video. You also have access to free software to edit the pictures and the videos, which is incredible. The only thing you might be missing is some practice, so go take some pictures or some videos. You might not notice, but I took over 80,000 pictures since I started. If I tried telling you that most of my pictures were good, I would be totally lying. Most of them are terribly bad. But it's by continuing taking more and more pictures that I became better over the years. Again, a huge thank you to everybody that supported me in my creative journey. I want to say a special thank to my friend Noboru that followed me for the last 10 years and always believed in my creative activities. My most popular video on YouTube is going to reach 100,000 views in the next few days, which is totally insane. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting the like button below. If you want to see my adventures in 2021, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button. See you in the next one, and love from the cold Canadian winter. Bye bye.